hoping that this is working. You never know. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Testing it. Sometimes I have trouble with Twitch on the app, and it just doesn't, yeah, it says I'm live, but my iPad doesn't believe it. All right, let's double check. Twitch, Savity Doom, that would be me. Yep, there I am. And I have drops enabled. So this morning I'm looking very, very, very tired, and I can see it even with makeup on. I have issues right now. So I apologize in advance. Why isn't it not letting me? You know, I've been having troubles with this all morning. It's giving me so much drama. There we go. Hopefully this is still going to show what I'm doing in the window. Yeah. Okay. I want to thank all the people who followed. I've got Kraken Keeper, Alex Ghost Hunter UK, Moon Kitty Cape, the Real War Hamster, who gave me a shout out this morning. Duchess Mercia, I Am Palms, Hemlock 7. Oh, so some people that I recently looked at their homes, which is nice. I am appreciative of that. Which background pic? You mean the ones in my, I don't know what you mean. I'm assuming you mean what I'm doing in game? Or just the fact that I have my degrees up? You know, people have been giving me crap about having my degrees up, saying that I should worry about it. Keep things more private. But the reality is that I worked my arse off. Oh, what was it? What is my channel background pic anymore? Let me look. I don't even know. That tells you something. I have to look. I don't know. I must have done it. I don't remember what I set it as, so you'll have to forgive me. I'm stupid. It is what it is. I can't really easily see it from here. Anyway, so this morning I wanted to finish what I was thinking, and then we can go looking at houses. But I was thinking that, you know, people were complaining that I had my degrees up and that they felt like it was a dangerous thing to do because they felt like, oh, the cat feet. Okay, now I see what you mean. Isn't that cute? I love that. Yeah, I just saw it. I was able to pull it up on my... Yeah, I changed that. Just like maybe yesterday or the day before. I've been playing around with trying to get more into doing... What do you call it? Like... trying to do more stuff with my Twitch page because I'm not very good at it. It's all very new to me, and I'm still kind of learning. Oh wow, I didn't even do my Ritz. Anyway, so what I can't finish the statement because that is just the way that I work, but I will try to finish it this time. I don't care that my degrees are up. I don't care that they have my name on it. My internet identity is out there. It's been out there for anyone who cares to even look. My privacy has long been gone, given Facebook and in fact, being a lawyer, they forced me to put all of my private information out there, and including name, phone number, address, personal address. They're jerks. So if somebody wanted to mess with me, very easily they could. And you know, that is what it is, and I've accepted that. So why not show off the fact that or at least, you know, enjoy the fact, I don't know if that I really show it off, but I enjoy the fact that I can show what I've personally worked for. Can't even read the diplomas, not sure it would be an issue. I agree with you, Pear, but a lot of people say that makes them nervous, and I'm getting like private messages from people telling me to take them to block them out or green screen. But no, I worked my butt off for those things, and that's not even all of them that you can see. There's a lot more, and and I'm happy about that. I did a lot of work. Yeah, it's too late. It's too late to care about privacy. If you want to know, sorry about my cat. If you want to know who I am, you could find out who I am. And frankly, I don't really care. I don't think that I'm the kind of person that someone would stalk, and I'm a little too old for that. And I don't think I'm the kind of person that anyone would want to mess with because I'm so, I don't know, I'm so oatmeal. I'm a potato, for God's sake. I'm not exciting. I'm not a young 20-year-old cutie. You know what I mean? I'm just me. So I don't think I have a lot to worry about. I just think I'm fine the way that I am, and I'm not worried about it at all. I find it more personal and invasive when women have their bed in the background. It attracts weirdos. Yeah, I agree with you, but I think also that it works for some people. Like I think K-Pow has her bed in the background, but she has it like with stuffed animals all over it that kind of represent her. So it's a little bit of her own history, her own personality that she's showing off. So I figure that works for her. Plus, she's also in her 20s, it looks like, and plus she's really cute. So she's a good example of who I think should be a little bit more careful about people knowing who she is, because she may actually have something to worry about. I don't. Who wants a 42-year-old lawyer anyway? I don't even know if my husband wants this. You know what I mean? It's like, why would I care? No, and I'm gonna talk to you a little bit while I get some morning stuff done. But the other thing is that yeah, my husband's been gone like pretty much constantly for the last couple of weeks. He's here for meals sometimes, but for the most part he's at work. Everyone at his job has quit now except for him and his department, so he's doing the job of 4 people. So he's there all the time. And when he's not, he has a couple of friends who are going through some serious stuff, and he's been spending a lot of his time with them. And it's like, what am I gonna do? Hey, Funky, am I really going to complain that he's being a good person and helping other people out and spending time with them when they need it? No, that's not me. I'm the kind of person who says, you know what, if you need something I have, you can borrow it. Just preferably don't sleep with it, but whatever works. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just being silly at this point. Yeah, so those were the two, oh, and I wanted to address something else. This morning, and let's see if my commands work, because honestly, like, they haven't been. Let's see if this works. Did it go? No, I deleted it. So the real war hamster this morning, he gave me a shout out, and I apologize that I can't do it in return. I will figure that out later. I think what I did is I kind of got rid of Nightbot's thing, but whatever. I have J-Heart. Oh, I have a new thing for J-Heart now. Every time I mention J-Heart, I'm going to show my moo pen, because he's a moo. So I was asking J-Heart about this, and he said he would help me figure it out. So he's gonna help me, and then yeah, I know, I saw it. I was like, I have a moo pen. I'm in Wisconsin. I mean, this is my life here. I can totally play up the moo. Sorry, I'm doing a little shopping this morning because I have no money. I mean, no inventory for tonight. And I have a lot of things to tell you before I get into house looking anyway. So I was watching the Real War Hamster, and he does like mostly PvE, but he just talks to people. There's just a whole bunch of chatter really early in the morning, which is when I tend to watch a lot of streaming. And he did a shout out for me, and a couple of people went and came to the channel, and one of them was Moon Kitty Kate and some other people. And then right after it, he said, Moon Kitty Kate came back and went, wee goes, warning, she's gorgeous. And then another guy went and came and checked out my channel and then said, can confirm she's gorgeous. And I'm like, oh, fucking screenshot. You know, it's like, I'm saving that because no one has said that to me. I worked so hard lately on getting my makeup right, getting my clothes right, getting jewelry on, trying to really, you know, work on it so that I am presentable. And that was the first real compliment that, I mean, I guess my husband said, I really am impressed you're dressing up for this. He's so Midwestern that, you know, the idea of him saying, you know, you're gorgeous is probably not even in his vocabulary. So this was just such a gift this morning that I was like, guys, you made my week, you know? Every so often, I like to get a compliment like that. It's very shallow. I get it. I appreciate that. I know it is, but every so often I need it. So let me see, Flippy. Broke up after years of, we don't talk to each other, really not enough time. Hope it works out for you. Well, I'm married to him now. So God willing, this is not, I'm not going to go that way because my last relationship, I was married before, and he's a good guy. He's my friend, and I have nothing bad to say about him, but, you know, we were friends and we should have remained friends because it just didn't work out. But he had personality traits that this guy doesn't have that I don't think are compatible with marriage, even though he's remarried since. So, you know, best of luck to her, because I don't think she's gonna have a lasting marriage because you know, he's a great guy, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's cut out for it. And I hope he doesn't get mad at me if he watches this. So yeah, I don't know. I was trying to buy some stuff to get going on it. Oh, have you guys seen my costume? Check it out. Don't I look kind of cute? I won that last year in a crate, that dye, and I put it on that, which one is it? Trying to remember which costume it is. Ugh, this overlay gets in the way of everything. Moth Priest. And it looks great on Moth Priest. And then I just put the hat on it and I look like I'm wearing a witch outfit. I love it. So this is what I wear around Halloween. I want to show you something new that Cardi put in. 8 years of marriage went poof here. Yeah, 9 years. I was married to my ex-husband for 9 years. And I left. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. There are, I don't want to say landscaping people. There's like leaf collection in my neighborhood going on outside, so you may hear things. And I apologize for that. So I want to show you the new thing that that Cardi put in because I asked him, can I remove these people from my list who don't have their permissions set right? And he's like, I don't want to necessarily remove them, but I'll put something in that when you try to go to their house, it'll notify them if you want to make them aware of the issue. So like Salient Traces has been unavailable all this time. So now it automatically, if I wanted to, sends a message to Salient Trace or to whoever it is. This has been a real pet peeve for me. So Cardi, thank you if you watch this. I am so in love with it. I'm so thankful. And it really helps make me feel better about, hopefully some of these will go away because there's just a ton of them that I'd like to not see in my list if they're not going to have it with proper whatever. So I think this one is new, Rihanna, and it's probably, so let's go look at our rando of the day. I saw a Tawantle put something up new this morning, and I recommend you go to it because he's put up, I think it's a he. He did a Halloween house, and it's in the open houses as of this morning. I think it's his Strident. Kitty. Sorry, my kitty is still here, is enjoying my desk. So, but what I loved about it is scary, but also he used some really good coloring. Did an excellent job. I thought the colors were great. Okay, signing in, as is my wont. All right. I don't think I'll be shooting griffins anymore. I don't think that the griffins like me. I think that they are very private creatures that don't even want to be friends. So they can just, I'm not going to even give them the benefit of being shot, because I think that I'm just going to get hurt. It might come back and hit me instead of them. Anyway, so we're in Rayanna 14's house, exploring her open house. I don't know this person, so this is nice to meet them in this way. Looks like a really traditional kind of red guard build. A little bit of, I see Khajiit in here. It looks like somebody wanted a traditional build and didn't want to do anything crazy, which I understand and appreciate. A lot of people do. It's just something that, you know, it's a personal choice. I know some people on the forums who they talk about it and they're like, you know, I can't stand it when people don't do traditional builds, and like no Dunmer's house would ever look like X, you know? And it's like, let people do what they want, and if that includes being traditional, then that includes being traditional. I don't care. So yeah, this is a nice home. No complaints here, you know. I have a traditional home. My Lentil is traditional. I went imperial, which it is an imperial house, so that works. It's Nibonese, they say, but it's essentially imperial. Cute little stuff tucked away, like a little bed over here. So this is adorable. Very cute. What I was thinking about focusing on today was, instead of just on us, is second floors on homes that don't normally have second floors. So ideas on how to expand the property in a way that isn't naturally built into the property. And when we start getting more people having the third portion of the lunar house, I'll go tour those, and then we can see, because I expect a lot of people will be building out from there. Also, if you guys can hear that noise in the background and it's really disturbing, can you tell me? Otherwise, I'll just let it go, because I assume it's not as bad as it is for me. For you? And why are you up so late, Flimmy? When do you work? When do you go to school? Like, I know this is crazy late for you. This is insane. All right, let me see. Second floors. I have these all listed out on my list. Second floor, seri, black vine. Black vine villa with a second floor. Which I think I've shown you before, but I couldn't get up into it. It was funny. I had to jump on cabinets, and it took me like 15 minutes to get up there. I don't think this one is hidden, so this one should be an easier way of getting up there. Yeah, so I mean, personally, I would love to expand some of these properties this way. And I think that's why I always write it down. It's like, you know, this is a small space. It doesn't give you a lot to decorate with. I already have mine decorated as a chapel, but if I didn't, I would want to go back and do something like the things that people are doing here. They're building second floors. And what's great about this one is the view. Check it out. Oh, is this tree? No, that tree's in the way. But you can get an Iliad ruin right here and the river view. I mean, check that out. That's beautiful. Wow. You know, I love it. I love getting a river view for free that you didn't expect that you had. So building up on the side of this is a brilliant idea, and I recommend we do it. 2 a.m. It's either morning shift or day shift. It's okay to stay late when I'm working during the day. Are you working in the day? Right now? I don't know. So here's the interior of the home, and I think it's very fancy. I like it. I think the curlicues are cute. Look at that. Do you guys see that? She started with the curlicues here. You've got curlicues in the ferns, and then curlicues on the rug. I don't know if that was intentional, but there's even curlicues on the banner here, and the ferns throughout. I think that was intentional, and if it was, I appreciate it. And if it wasn't, I appreciate it too, but I think that's really cool to bring that through. All right, so here's the second floor. I probably would use wood personally, but she does here, so that's fine. You use what you've got on hand. And you go up here, and you have a little bedroom on a loft. Isn't that pretty? See, a quick little house, but it's got so much going for it, personally. All right. And we can do these really fast because some of them are really tiny. All right, Galileo's Humble Mud. And I called Galileo Calyrax the other day, and I'm so apologetic of that. They are two different people. This had a second floor. I hope I spelled it right. If I didn't, I can redo. I can't even. No, I think I spelled it wrong. My bad. Nope. Now it goes. Probably cancel halfway through. What do you do, Flimmy? Or does it bother you that I call you Flimmy? Should I call you Flimtooth or Flim? It's just a term of affection from me. Because I like you, my bud. So anyway, yeah. I've been having really tough times lately emotionally, and, you know, with my cat dying. And then I've been really, really lonely. My husband hasn't been around, and my friends haven't really been around. And did I sign this? I did. Okay. So here's one with the second floor. Oh, I loved this one. I actually sent this message to Galileo. And honestly, guys, you should send these messages to Galileo too, because I think he may be going through a rough time also. And I think that letting him or her know that their stuff is good might cheer them up. I got your thank you note, Sabadoon, and thank you. You're welcome. And I'm sorry I spelled your name wrong. I realized I forgot the C in Schottenjäger. Apologies. So what I loved about this house was not just the second floor. It was this setup. This beautiful alchemy setup, right? It's actually a little bit of a dye station as well. But have you ever seen, because I haven't ever seen somebody do it this well. I think they sunk in one of the stations and also have a crystal and a little bit of the tools. But by sinking in one of the stations, doesn't it give you like a new view of it? Like, to me, it's very new. I don't remember focusing in on those tools before, so I thought that was good. And then they sunk in a dye table and then put the painting thing over here, and then some of the alchemy stuff, putting rags over the top like that. I mean, all these little things that they sunk in. Nah, it's a fine name. Can relate to the bologna factory. Only me and my cat. I drill people for money. Oh, dentist. I hope it's dentist. Otherwise, you're, you know, a prostitute, I guess. Sorry. So then the Daedric bowls in here. And I guess that's a leaf. I'm not sure what that is. But I loved this. And I sent him a message saying how much I loved it. So I guess this is an artist because they've got the fan blowing down on the art to dry it. So that's cool. I really liked it. And then we go outside. So yeah, I've been alone so much, and I'm going to be alone again this weekend because my husband's going up to see his mom. She's older, and she needs some help around the house, and so it's hard for me to get complaining about that. I could go with him, but with my cat dying, I don't want to leave my cat alone. He needs pills 4 times a day. Hi, Cromwell. Good morning. We're looking at second floor houses for houses that don't normally have them. And here we've got Humble Mud going on. And this is a painter's house. That's amazing. Check that out. That's EHT he did there. Those don't have waterfalls normally. That's beautiful. He made it into just a stunning... Wow. Galileo, I'm impressed, man. I never thought to do that. That's beautiful. That's outside the bounds of the property. Made it just idyllic by doing that. What a great idea. I think we should all steal it. Wow. Are you guys as impressed by that as I am? Because I'm super impressed by that. Yeah. Hi, Geek Me Out. Nice to see you. All the good peeps showing up. Wow. I'm just stoked by that. That's great. Yeah. But, I mean, waterfalls are awesome. Aren't they, though? I think so. Let me see. Looking for the second floor houses I have on my list. Yeah, I think it's beautiful. Excuse me, I'm still getting over this. It takes forever. It lasts forever, this cold. All right, several interesting second floors. We're going to do Hemlock again, who just followed me. We did their cornucopia in their Autumn's Gate previously, and I thought that was really good. But yeah, I've been cheered up a little bit. I think my class yesterday, I take a writing class now, really cheered me up. I felt more confident, and sometimes when you just accept that somebody doesn't really want to open up to you, you just have to accept it, and it sucks. And then, but once you accept it, it's like grieving, I'm thinking about this in terms of my cat. My cat's gonna die. And when it happens, it's going to be horrible, but it's also going to be a relief because I won't have to dread it anymore. It'll have happened. I can grieve, I can move on. But unfortunately, my cat, I don't want him to die. I would love him to live forever, But the reality is he's not going to. So it's like a double-edged sword, So this is Hemlock N7. This is their pariah. I wrote down several interesting second floors. So Hemlock, you must be, really doing well here because I'm seeing a lot of things that I like. Okay, so this isn't normally here. This is an extra built-out floor, which I like because pariahs is all ruined. It's all ruins. And then it has sunken in fences here so you don't fall off unless you really want to. And the ivy over the edge is a really good touch. I've used that myself. So this is great. I personally think pariahs is worth the money if only for building out. Because you can build way out, which is great. These are those summer trees, really full trees. I don't know that they are normally in pariahs, but you can do whatever you want, You don't have to follow any rules. Let me see how many items they have. 590 out of 700 items. So this is my monster's face for my monster. So he stole it and put it here. Beheaded my monster, I'm sure. What is this? Do you guys know what this is? Because I don't. I think it's cobbled. I think there's the sky shard underneath it, but I don't know what this part is. I don't know that I've ever seen it before. It must be something that I can't get, like for a dungeon or something. It looks very. I think it's supposed to be a telescope or something. I don't know what it's supposed to be. Nice little forge over here. Inside is very green down here. The smoke almost makes it feel like it's humid and warm. Good use. This is very, a little bit Halloween-y. The green is very eerie and poison-like. But anyway. Oh, this is nice. When I tried to do my pariahs traditionally, I found it really difficult because look at these floors. See? They are uneven. See how uneven they are? I think it's boss from half of fabrication, but I don't have halls of fabrications, but you aren't sure. Okay. Thank you. I'll never have that then. So, yeah, these floors are so stupid uneven that you can't really balance furnishings on it properly. And so you're forced to do things like this, like go around the edge. It's hard to bring stuff out and maybe build a little sit area, you know, of like just little like this. It's hard to do this because you have to fit it within the octagon, I think it is. I think it has 8 sides. I didn't count, but I think it's an octagon. And it's, you know, that's annoying. It's really frustrating that you can't do that. So what I've seen people do, and I think this is a good solution if you have pariahs or if you want to get it, they sink wood paneling down into like the elsewhere wood paneling you could use down into these spots so that it fills it out, but you can still see the decorations. The decorations are uplifted so they can come through, but then you don't like have this uneven furnishing problem. And it really matters because, you know, I know it sounds stupid and picky, but it isn't, because when you're trying to actually do this house, trust me, it's going to annoy the heck out of you. It's so frustrating. You can't even right click to make something go flat on the ground because nothing's flat. Everything's uneven. Veteran Frostvault, well, I'll definitely not see anything from vet. This person obviously, Chemlock obviously does a lot of stuff like that. This is a trophy house for the most part. Okay, we've got a second floor here. This is what I'm bringing you here for. So we're brought up on a second floor to an elsewhere platform to see statues, you know, see their busts, I guess. And then down we go. And this is all very cute, like lived in. I think it makes it look more hospitable. Oh, that floor. I could punch it in the face. I almost wish I didn't buy pariahs for that very reason, but I don't use the inside anymore. I have a floating castle out front in the air, so now I don't care that it does that. You know what? This is the second time I've seen this piece. I'm embarrassed that I don't know what these are. I'm assuming it's a new thing that I don't know anything about. Let me check the Crown Store and see if I'm just clueless or what. I'm just checking to see if there's new furnishings that I don't have, that I don't know what they are. I got the trappings of Mafala, and last year I got the hollow jag, so I don't think they're in there. That is a trial trophy. I can speak. Thank you, an imaginary. I appreciate the information. I'm going to add you to my Prezi list. An imaginary being. Okay, Ethereum archive. Well, that explains why I didn't have any clue what it was. There's a whole set of furnishings, well, couple of sets of furnishings I'll never see. Trophies, busts, and also I won't ever see the, well, the PvP ones, and I won't ever see the battleground ones, which I guess are PvP. And that's kind of depressing, but it is what it is. So what they did here is, for Halloween, they have that wreath that's for sale right now. That's part of the pack for Halloween. And it has birds flying around it. So they buried the birds. They buried the wreath underneath. Cat's been so lazy this evening. I brought the water cup for the chair he loves the most. And now he came to my room and didn't find the water cup where it usually is. And he's not a happy cat now. Well, then put 2 cups, silly. Yeah, I'm sure you have more than 1 cup. So they buried the wreath into the snow so that it looks like the birds are flying around the statue. And that's something you can easily do. I've done that at a farm. I did it with a scarecrow, which makes a lot of sense. So I suggest you be able to do that. So also they used one of these Crown Store things to make a little gazebo type going on. I love when people build out on this side as well, because there's a lot of things you can do and take advantage of the landscape here. You know, some people put bridges here. I see that they have something hidden back here, so that's why I'm going. Okay, so they put a tent out here, and actually, yeah, you can get inside. But I probably would have put like an item in there to make it like, here's the payoff. And you can build all along this. You only have 3 cups? Go wash one. I'm kidding. So yeah, this is Hemlock 7, and I appreciate him opening up her house for house for visiting. Really like it. Ilsabet. They have a great hundings with a 2nd floor. And I wrote that the path to the 2nd floor was excellent. Now, a lot of people have 2nd floors in hundings. It's a common thing. Hundings needs, the most spectacular part of hundings is the 2nd floor or the roof, you know? But I think what I remember from this house is that it was such a well done path. I've seen it done really sloppy. I've done it really sloppy. Others are mugs and cat doesn't approve them. Your cat's a little picky. Cat failed. Although my newer cat Van Gogh, he's super picky. He's a little jackass. Excuse my language. You know what? I'm gonna show you guys my cats because they are my life. And then you will all just have to deal with it for a moment because my cats are my life. Let me find a cute picture of a cat. Oh, not that one. See how messy my house is right now. That's a good one. I haven't put some laundry away because I've had this terrible cold and I really need to do it, but I haven't. Stop kicking my keyboard, cat. I love you, but stop. All right, window capture. Add source. Okay, yes, add source. This stuff is so hard to learn. I want to do window. Nope, wrong window. This window. Yes. This is Van Gogh. Named such because he's missing an ear. Or he has an ear, but it's crushed. His ear was destroyed by another animal. He was forced to live in a barn before we got him for many years. And he's not an indoor kitty type, you know? He's definitely not. I hope you're not all forced to see that. Let me close it and make it cane capture. Yeah, so he was forced to live in a barn. He got beaten up by a dog who crushed and destroyed his ear, which is horrible. And then his owners got rid of him because he got a thyroid problem, which means he has to take a pill twice a day. He's super easy about taking the pill. I just pop it in his mouth and it's like nothing, you know? He likes it in a little bit of goo, but there's no reason why this person couldn't have done a better job with this cat. And people are horrible. Oh, this is a better picture of him. Let me show you. Oh, I am showing you. Ha! Well, that's him. See? Look at his face. Isn't he cute? Oh my god, that ear. So that ear is crumpled. You can't really tell. His name was Cyrus, I think. But he's 14 years old. But when he got taken into the shelter after the people got rid of him, they gave him the name Van Gogh for obvious reasons. So I think he's adorable. He's my baby. He is the newer cat we have. He's 14. And I rescue elder kitties. So elder kitties are my bag. This is, and I'm going to show you this now. This is Grant. This is my baby boy who's dying. He is, I love him so much. He's my baby. He's a Maine Coon purebred. I rescued him from a house that they didn't want kitties anymore. They got rid of all of their Maine Coons. He looks a little fat in this picture because that's fluid that his heart isn't able to pump through his body, but he's a spectacular cat, and he's such a sweetheart. The nicest cat I've ever had. And then I'm going to show you one last one, which is, I'm going to show you his brother, because his brother was descended from a show cat. Well, I guess they both would have been, but they shared the same mom. They didn't share the same dad. So he's descended from a show cat, but the other one wasn't, but they're like the same mom because they were bred by the same person. It's hard to explain. Grant and Sherman. I can read. I'm going to show you how adorable Shermie was. I renamed them because I'm the freak here who I love the Civil War. So this will give you an idea of his size too. So he's a Maine Coon also. So you can see how big he was in this picture. He was huge. And he died in February. Also heart problems. They're bigger cats, so they have heart problems. You know, that's just how it goes. But he was a beautiful, beautiful descendant from a show cat. Had a real attitude, but a sweet one. He was just a doof. He was just a doofy, doofy boy. And I love him so much, and I miss him. And now we're losing his brother less than a year later. And it's hard. It really sucks. But that's it for the picture show. We're back to looking at Elizabeth's house, which I seem to remember was great. Oh, he was a handsome kitty. But thanks, Fancy Geoduck, for the follow. I really do appreciate it, even when I notice it 11 minutes later because I was ogling my cats, past and present. Yeah, so we rescue, well, I just keep saying we, but it's really me. I rescue elder kitties who are middle-aged or older, and I always get them used because there's so many animals in this world that nobody wants. And I don't always get purebreds. Like Van Gogh isn't a purebred. He's just a really pretty cat, but he's not a purebred. But I did get purebreds with Grant and Sherman. It was our first time having purebreds, and they had their papers and everything. So this is what I'm talking about the really well done path up. Here you have, I think these are those metal plates from Clockwork, and then you have, you know, pipes basically lining both of them. So, and what I also like is they made use of the fact that this platform goes over a little bit past the platform here. So past the walkway, so you can just add the walkway smoothly right here, because a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people just do a zigzag up, but smoothly just put it here. And then you go up top, and then they have fabricant trees and whatnot. And I remember thinking that this is the best I've ever seen someone do a walkway up to this second floor here. And I recommend that you know, take note of it, because it's really well done. And I think this person has a more of a structural eye than maybe I mean, obviously they have aesthetics, you know, they figured that much out, so clearly they have a sense of it. But I kind of wish, I would love to see how they handle doing a walkway over to the battlements. Yes, it's neatly made. It's incredibly neat, incredibly well done. I notice these weird little simple things, and I sometimes make a big deal out of them, but it's just who I am. This could be a swim-up bar, you know, if you wanted it to be. And then they have the boat that I lust after over here. I so bad. Oh, a little dock! I didn't even notice. How cute. Well, really cute. You know, there's a really great view of the boats out here, and you can actually swim out fairly far without getting eaten by fishes. So you can build like over here and get that beautiful view. There's more ships behind that mountain, so you could take advantage of this and get this gorgeous view if you wanted to. I like that. I'm a fan. Alright, so that was Elizabeth. And then, I hope I'm not boring you guys. It's just one of those days. You can always ask me questions. You can always just chat with me. I'm just showing you things that I like. But that doesn't have to be, you know, all we do. I am not showing you, you know, the houses that knock me for a loop. These are just good houses that show something really well. You not see my face anymore? Oh, sadness. I'll fix that. Thank you for pointing that out, Flemmy. Now you do. Hi. Nice to see you. Make me happy. Thank you for caring about that. Oh, Omnido. I'm gonna send you a message. Say, do this. Thank you for really for pointing that out. I forget these things. But yeah, ask me questions. Do whatever you want. Okay, we have Kazava. And I liked their golden griffin because they have a second floor there. And it's very simple. It's not, you know, it's nothing crazy, but it's well done. Griffin. What did I just say about griffins? They don't love you back. And yet, I'm going to the golden griffin. You all need to watch the, you open your overlook. It has a nice dock. It's why I bought it. Yes, I've seen some people doing some really great work on the docks. You can also do something over the dock area, but on the top floor. You can even do a stairway down if you wanted to. You could even close off the rest of the house and just have it be that only. I could see a lot of different things that you could do with it. So this is Kazatha in the golden griffin, and I think it's really well done because it's just homey, you know, with the fire. It makes you feel warm and invited. And then you go up here with the stairs, which are Eleanor's stairs, and she sunk them into the walls so that they would fit. And this is just one of the floors. And look at how much she built into this tiny little spot using only 30 items, no less. A little bathtub, which is filling with the Eleanor thing. The candles of silence. This is crowned. And it's just, you know, really cute. For such a small area, it feels so lived in and warm and has really good touches like the mirror upstairs. So I was a big fan of this house, and I'm glad I was able to show it to you. Okay, I can't do any on EU right now. Hold on. Second floor. Mary Jane, the High Elf, Boulder Tree. Boulder Tree. How did she do a second floor in Boulder Tree? Guess we'll find out. I don't even remember my own notes. But yeah, feel free to ask me questions. A couple of people have been asking me to go visit their homes lately, which is fine. I can give you, you know, heads up. You know, if you want me to take a look before contests and give you an idea of what you might want to fix or leave. But, you know, generally I go to them and I just rave over them because the people who care enough to invite people over to take a look ahead of time tend to be the people who have already put a ton of work into it. My little boy's laying here. Poor guy. His heart goes so fast, it's really hard to watch. But he's losing weight. He's losing more fluid. This morning he was lower weight again. So here's Mary Jane the High Elf's Boulder Tree. And we'll go around before we go up. You have a second floor in your Autumn's Gate. I had fun making it. Yeah, let me see. Cromwell. I showed your hundings. Yeah, we did it together. Derp. I remember now. Sorry. So this is boulder tree, which does not, as you know, usually have a coral ceiling, but you know, whatever you want to do, it's a fantasy game for a reason. Do what you want with building. I'm thinking about Valentine's Day, but I haven't even figured out what to do about Christmas yet. So is that like a cemetery for the guar? And why is it that direction? Wouldn't it be just standing there? How did my creative writing go? Well, she had us read a passage that I did read. I ended up using Mark Knopfler from Dire Straits as my piece. I didn't use an actual book. So we have a little. Don't you just love those little things? Like I could sleep in that. It would be so nice. And you know, as much as I hate Wood Elf furnishings, I think they did a really good job. Look at that. I think that's really nice, especially with the rug underneath, which is actually a wall hanging but looks like a rug. And then anyway, so then after that she went over senses and, you know, the obvious four, whatever, however many traditional senses there are. And then there's like 13 of the non-traditional senses. So you've got, you know, like feeling when you blush is actually a sense. Or your sense of positioning in the world, you know, is a sense. So that's okay. So she covered up the walkway with the hedge. That's it. That's always an idea that I find interesting. I've seen people actually do entire mazes like that. Probably had a lot of bugs crawling here and there. Oh, great. Thanks for pointing that out. Now I'll think about it. Ugh. So anyway, we're up on the second floor that she's created, and there's even more to look at in terms of flooring. And so this is kind of spooky with the green here, but also kind of nice with the hanging lanterns, which I'm always a fan of, and mangrove trees, I think, which are usually in water, but it's okay. So there's this just platform that you can see outside of the property with, which, oh wow, did you guys even know that there was another pod that you can see right outside of Boulder Tree? I didn't. Learn something new every day. So let's go back and look at the next floor up. So then she had us write some stuff, and I don't know if you guys know, but I'm a Civil War nerd. So, like, everything I've been writing in class has been Civil War related, and it's a little embarrassing to the point, because, like, she has us read it sometimes, and I had to read mine, and it was about Lincoln. And it's like, you know, I'm such a fangirl for Civil War stuff that it's a little embarrassing just how one-track mind I am. So that's how it went. And next time I have to bring in a piece of writing. This is great. And you know, it's not too hard to get up on. You can actually walk up, even though there's just slender planks here, you can still walk up it pretty easy without falling. And also some of the places that she didn't like what it looked like, she put the hedges over so you can kind of hide it if you don't want to deal with it. And then you're up here. And then, do you fall? I'm assuming you fall down. I can't imagine where you would go after this. I don't see any other exits. But anyway, so this is a beautiful view. And you can build up here, and you can make indoor. You can make all sorts of stuff if you wanted to. I think that Gorinir would probably be a better indoor, but if you only want Boulder Tree, you could do it with Boulder Tree. I mean, I think Mary Jane the High Elf has really shown that. Okay. Second floors. Serenity by Engineer. I never know how to say that name. Let's see if I can do it. So yeah, it's a good thing. I have to write something to bring to class, 3 pages, or bring the thing that we're working on, which is 3 pages. The weather. Okay. I guess Boulder Tree is a little drier than Gornier. Engineer's Serenity. Um, the book I've been writing for the last 5 years has is Civil War based. So I mean, I feel like I'm not being true to myself if I don't bring that, you know, or at least a piece of that for class when they do the reviews. We're gonna review each other's work and give suggestions, but you know, it's a little bit. I'm getting a little bit more confident in my work, but I'm also getting a little less confident in my work because there's when I read my piece, the professor pointed out a bunch of different places where I could have put in more detail, and that made me insecure. But what are you gonna do, right? You know, we all have to learn, and I say that all the time when building. You know, it's like we all have to learn somehow, and it's okay to have a starting place that you don't love, that isn't where you would want it to eventually be. Um, that's how you learn. You have to make stuff that isn't as good because you don't know how to make stuff that's better. You only learn it by doing. So why that works for me in the building world but doesn't work for me when I'm talking about, you know, my own writing, so hard on myself. It's like if I'm not a major amazing writer, I hate it. It's like, come on. Yeah, there are ways to improve, and there's one of the ways is to just read a ton of things. Here's my problem with that. um, I do read. I read a ton all the time, but I read nonfiction. I don't read fiction because I just have issues with fiction. I always have. And in fact, she kind of teased me a little bit. I wouldn't say made fun of me, but she teased me a little bit. I'm sure you are all noticing the additional walls and all that stuff that this person put in. Who is this again? Engineer, who I think is Guy. But I could be wrong. Yeah, so essentially, like with writing, you know, I read so much nonfiction that a lot of what I write comes out almost like someone is saying it from 150 years ago. Do you treat your writing as your baby? No. I don't. I treat my baby cat as my baby. He's my baby. I don't treat my writing as my baby. This is cute. One of these little Kajiti tents just set up outside. I also like these trees. These topiary-like trees are a little bit on the drier side, and they're very similar to ones actually in Italy. So if you want to go with like an Italian landscape, you could use those. They look really good. And then just a little outdoor patio for when you want to sit outside and take in the beauty. And then you have this up here, which we will get to. My writing is just my writing. You know, I don't love it right now. That's probably why I'm so bad about it. All I want to do is just write the darn thing at this point. I like this kitchen. Cat on top of the cabinet. I just want to finish it, you know? It doesn't even need to be publishable. It just needs to be done. I need to complete it and say, I wrote it, you know? And then I could probably move on to other subjects. But this subject is, you know, this subject I have to write about. It's something that I've researched so heavily and put so much of myself into it that I have to write it. So here's the stairway to the next floor. Stairway. And then we go up here, and there's this cute little loft here, which I like. And you know, this is somewhere they sit and smoke skooma, which is not on. Or is this one of the old ones that you can't turn on? No, you can. There you go. Now I'm wasting their skooma on them. Ha. I'm a terrible person. So, anyway. Yeah. So, I'm writing a book about the 17th Wisconsin Company K. Very specific. I've researched them to death to the point where I actually did genealogies for each of them, each of the people that were in that group, and I like traced it way back and way forward, and it's crazy. The reason why I did that is because originally I started looking into these guys because they were my husband's ancestor. Two of them were brothers, and they were actually in this unit. And I wanted to, hold on, we're going to go to another one. Omnidos cyrodillic. If we can get to it, because he has issues with his permissions, so let's hope that they go away. Omnidos Grand Sigic, I think I said. No, cyrodillic. There we go. Another small property. Let's see what they can do with it. So I started writing about that, but when I started writing about it was when my marriage was over. Yeah, right. I know. My marriage was over. My first marriage. My career was done because I was so disabled that I couldn't keep up being a Los Angeles lawyer. I ended up moving away from Los Angeles and to Wisconsin. Lost all my friends in the process because they were all there. So essentially, like, what they tell you is to only have one major life change at a time, and I had all of the life changes at the same time. Marriage was over, lost my home because I left, moved to another state, lost all my friends, everything I did to myself, but all at once, and then lost my career and did it all. This is a very good Halloween-y house, if you like the dead kind of look. I do. Also, this one has a really nice view too. If you manage to build up, you can. Not very far, but you could do it. That dead horse is so creepy. And I'm going to go inside. Yeah, oh no, it's horrible. And then, so what I was getting at, see, there's the bottom of the second floor. They put wood here. And then we go up. And then here we have the second floor, and that's where the rest of the tables are. And it's a little bit of a squish. You got to bend down a little bit, but I think it looks really cute. And you could do this. And then there's another floor. Oh my goodness! I don't know that I knew there was another floor. Let's see if we can get through here. We can. And this is the top floor. Holy smokes! That's pretty impressive. I totally didn't realize that there was another floor. And in fact, I bet you there's a way to get over there too. Let's see if that one has an upway. Yeah, look at that. Here we go. No, I just went up the same. Did I go up the same one? No, I didn't. Okay, so the two sides. So this person has 3 floors, and on the top floor it's divided into 2. Really amazing. That's Omnidos cyrodillic. So if you want to add that extra levels to your cyrodillic, that's how you do it. 151 did the same with amaya. By same, I mean multiples of floors. And I'm just showing you different houses that you can go to, that you can add a second floors to, that maybe perhaps you didn't know you could. Maya. There we go. So what I was thinking about when I was doing the research for this was grief, mourning, loss. And so I wanted to write a book that took place in the Civil War but talked about grief, loss, and mourning, because that's what where I was. And and to a certain extent I still am there, I'm still grieving. I'm still mourning the life that I had planned for that I died when too early, mainly because I was too sick to keep going, So here's a second floor here on Amaya. I've seen a lot of people build up, but I like that there's multiples here. There isn't just one way up. So here you go. This can go up pretty high, and if you're going to build up anywhere, do it in Vardenfell because they have the best views. Telgalen, whew. If you don't build up with Telgalen, you're missing out. So here's a little platform, and then you can go up again. So my book, the problem is that, you know, plenty of death, plenty of mourning, plenty of loss in the American Civil War. So, you know, plenty to talk about in that sense. But what do I want to say about grief? That it sucks? That it's bad? That it hurts? That everyone has it? Eventually, unless they die young? I mean, none of those things seem profound to me. So I kind of want to say something. And the new life just keeps on giving, eh? I hope so. I don't know. I want to say something about it, and I don't know what I want to say. And that's why I can't get any further, is because I'm feeling like I need to know what I'm intending to say before I write it. And sometimes stories just tell themselves as you go, you know? And I should just respect that and start telling it and not worry about whether or not it gives a message. Because I know from building houses, which is why I do it, is to increase my creativity. I know from building houses that sometimes the house takes on its personality while you're building it. You know, you may start out going with a basic idea. I want to do, you know, a castle, right? That's all you know about it. Well, then you start putting stuff in it, and suddenly it starts taking form. And you get a castle that has a distinct personality that you didn't really plan for, but it just sort of happened. And that's what I know will happen with writing too, but I'm unfortunately stuck. Which yellow crystals? I'll go back down. I'm glad you have questions. I am always happy to answer questions. Hey, Magical. Let me see. Yellow crystals. I'm assuming in this room. Oh, that's Tanzelwell. That's an achievement, if this is the one you meant. That's an achievement reward, I think, in Auradon. It's just a crystal you can get from the achievement vendor. I don't know which quests you have to do to get it, but I think it's a light. I think it's an extremely bright light. Yeah, here you go. Turned it on for you. That's what it normally looks like, is a light. I've never really seen it off before, but I guess they want it off, so I won't turn it on for them. But yeah, that's what that is. Sometimes people bury that because it's a bright light, and they'll just have it, you know, as a light, but without people being able to see it. Yeah, I never noticed it off. Yeah, because it looked different to me off too. So you're definitely probably knew what it was. Yeah. So we've got a little table up here, and then we're going up again. So far, this is a very nice house. I have no issues with it, but reason why I wanted to show it to you more than anything was to show off that you can, in Amaya, you can make platforms, and you can add, like here, they went up another level. This house ends pretty much at that level, but not in this house. This house, they built another platform, and you get this gorgeous view. And you get, you know, you can have a little barbecue out here. Isn't that great? I don't know. I think it's great. So yeah, build up. Build up everywhere you can. All right. Crossing this one off. That was 151's Amaya. Okay, Lunar Champion. I know we've seen it build down before, but now we're going to see it slightly build up. Not a tremendous build up, but a tiny one, but I'll show you why I like it. It adds a little something. Shift, insert. I know how to do things. No, seriously. Oh, okay, so person no longer has house or whatever. Let's see. No, there it is. Oh, they must have either changed their name or they deleted, I'm guessing. That's unfortunate. All right, deleting. Shame. Okay. Second floor. Second floor garden. Rayleigh. Ald Velothi. Okay, let's go there. I think Rayleigh does a lot of stuff with J Heart. If I can spell. Rayleigh. Ald Velothi. Which is the opposite one of Amaya, the second version. So, and I sold my Maelstrom's Battle Axe. Sales have been so slow lately. It's just been dead. Even with the event going on, it's not as good as it normally would be, right? Yeah. So my writing's stuck because I can't think of what I want to say about grief. You know? How ridiculous is that? So here we are. We're in Rayleigh's Old Velothi, which has a second floor. Actually, I built multiple floors in my Old Velothi too, but mine is a different kind of way. This is a beautiful glow garden, and glow gardens aren't easy to do because sometimes glow gardens can be a little overpowering because people put like tons and tons of glow plants in there, and here she did a very not minimal, but not overpowering, job with it. Mixing in regular flowers too, so that and mushrooms, so that it's not just a light blaring in your face. It's got some structure to it, and so a lot of these are crown or sets that you can get, or here you got luxury plants. That's gorgeous. Look at that. So they buried this fountain in the wall. That must be the fountain that I saw the other day that I didn't recognize because it's the flower. But look at that. Sunken into the walls, you just get that shell-looking piece, and you put plant. Oh, that's just beautiful. That's a really good grief. Yeah, it's beautiful. What do I want to say about grief? It sucks. I mean, what else can I say about it? That's the problem. I really needed to come up with what I wanted to say. So here's the second floor portion. And like I said, the views in Vardenfell are the best views that you can possibly get in the game, in my opinion. At least from above. So I love it when people build up. And then here's the third floor. And this is, I guess, a little picnic area too. People like to put picnic areas outside in Vardenfell. So here's a little sitting area. Here's all the food. And this is just really cute. And some buried glowy lights. And I think this is... Oh! Okay, guys. So this is where this happened. Rayleigh. Now, Rayleigh, I think, bought these tents. And my grief, did something happen? Oh, yeah, I was telling people, like 5 years ago, I had to quit my job because I couldn't physically do it anymore. So my career of being an attorney, when I worked so hard for it, my marriage fell apart. I moved to Wisconsin, lost all my friends, all that. Help others by explaining what you have done to cope with grief and what you could do to deal with grief. Yeah, I thought about that. I thought about showing how people deal with grief in a healthy manner and how they deal with grief in a non-healthy manner. I wanted to show multiple guys and what happened to them. So this is new. This was blank. They stealth changed these tents. These are the elsewhere tents that are whatchamacallit. They were just plain tarp colored. I deserve happy. Oh, I'm fine with it. Life happens. Life has unexpected turns, and sometimes it's for the better. You never know. And also, I think grief and pain is excellent for people because it teaches them empathy. And I don't think you could be as good of a person unless you've experienced empathy. So here's the thing I'm talking about with the tense, though. Look, that was blank, and they stealth changed that. So a lot of people were really upset. Well, I don't know about a lot, but at least one person was upset because they bought it. Thank you for knocking all my shit on the floor. I really appreciate that. You can now pick it all up and put it back in order. Cats, man. So at least one person I know was upset about that because they wanted it to match all the other tents that they had. Good morning. One violent imp. Violet, what's your name? Are you on PC, EU, or NA? Because I was trying to send you something and it didn't come up under that name. And then I wanted to send you a little gift. Yeah, he just knocked over half my book. You know, that I've been writing. He just knocked it on the floor and it's like all spread over the floor now. And I'm going to have just so much fun picking all of that up. Jackass. So anyway, yeah. Let me go in the house now that I've explored. Oh, she closed it off. Okay. So this is really just a garden house, not really an interior. So they only changed that tent but left. Yeah. That's why people are pissed, because the others are still plain. They're that plain tart color. And then they, on this particular one, they added designs and they stealthed it. They didn't even put the information in the patch notes. They just did it. And so she shows up at our house one day and she has all these tents. I think it was Moon Sugar, actually. It wasn't this person's. It was Moon Sugar. And they had all these tents in, like, in this particular area. And then this one just looks different. And she's like, you know, I don't really hate it, but it's annoying that they changed it. They didn't keep the original one the same. They now, this is all you can choose from, and that they did it stealth. Yeah, you should go look, Geek, because I'm almost positive that that was the discussion we had, was that they're all stealth changed. So that was Rayleigh's Old Velothi. Okay. I'm looking for houses I haven't shown you with second floors. I have a bunch on EU, but I'm not going to show you them today because that requires logging out and going back in. And you read that in Discord. Yes. Yes. That's what I read too. So that's what I'm talking about. Hold on. I'm looking. Oh, okay. Snow globe. Let's look at a second floor snow globe. That's a house I didn't show you. Well, let me write it down, Geek. Which house is it? And I'll take a look at it in a little bit because I like to form what I want to say. Because sometimes I need to process. Other times, you know, if I don't care, I'll just go to them randomly. But I would prefer to, for somebody who is following me, I would prefer to give them the benefit of having me think about it. Earth tear. Okay, I'll take a look at it. And I'll probably review it in the next one if you'd like. Review is a harsh term. Tour. Let's say tour. I'm not really reviewing anybody's house. So the next one was Swankery's. And we're doing the, I'm just showing you the, hold on, brains. I'm trying to find the enchanted snow globe. There we go. I'm just trying to show you homes that I haven't shown you yet with second floors. Now, this house is also, I've seen it. It was on J Hart's stream. Well, if it was on J Hart's stream, I've seen it, but that doesn't mean that. A lot of times he and I have very different opinions about what we like. He has a different taste than me, which is the way it should be. I forgot to put my pen up. This is the J Hart pen. The cow. Moo. It used to moo. Oh, it still kind of does, but it goes because it has no battery. Sounds almost like a cat. So this is Swankery's. Swankery's amazing. Swankery does everything, and it's all fabulous because she's Swankery. So what she did is interior. She has a second floor. Now, there's lots of things to see here. I'm pretty sure that you all may have seen, if you follow J. Hart Ellis, he toured this house. But I want to focus specifically on the second floors because there's a lot to see in this house. Mainly, the lighting is very modern and interesting and cobbled, and you can really learn a lot from. I mean, this looks to me like a 1980s fixture that was in my grandparents' house or something, you know? I'm not picking on it. I'm just saying it looks very 1980s and in a modern-y way. And he focused a lot on the light fixtures and all of these little neat ideas, which were great. But I want to show you that there's a second floor. So this is a very tiny house. There's not a lot of space. But she built up, and I like the way she built up. These are those Merkmeyer stairways. And a plank on the side, which I'm assuming is elsewhere. So many details. Oh, this house is incredible. But what she originally had up here was some storage, just like boxes, crates, whatnot. At least that's what I remember seeing. And now she's got a little office up here, which adds, like, you can add an entire room up here and really just, now you have extra space in this tiny, tiny house. So that's something really good. I think she also added a second floor to, and I could be wrong, but a second floor to the downstairs. This house comes with a downstairs bedroom type dealie. Okay, yeah, I do remember this. This is the stripper pole, because of course it is. And then we're inside, and there's stripper poles, and there's this back room, this viewing room, which she simply made by closing off with, you know, some of this grating. So she created all these little extra nooks and crannies for you to explore, which is a really good way of making interest in even in a small area. Look at this. She's got 2 bathrooms here, and then she's got more stairs to go to a sauna. I mean, all these little areas. You can completely do this yourself and really build something with character by adding all of these little extra areas that show off what you want in your house. Yep, it's a lap dance room. And then up top is the VIP room, if I remember her describing it exactly. This is not normally there. This was built on. There is no second floor normally in the bedroom portion of the Enchanted. Look at those lamps. Aren't they crazy? Again, I see 1980s in it. There's nothing wrong with it that I see 1980s in it, but it strikes me as very 1980s. I guess because 1980s had a little element of modern art in them. At least modern art went a little popular during that time. I'll show you the last thing, which is just the little sneaky back area she built, but that's not really character, just well, you know, if that's what you want, that's what you want. So here's a little room you'd hang out, but the nice little treat was she put a this is, I'm probably gonna die. Magic carpet saved my life. In the back she put a little tropical area, which, you know, tropical area in Enchanted is weird enough, but it works. She's got a little tropical party area. Check this out, right? It's not really tropical as much as it's probably hot springs, you know? And I think it's really well done. It's really cute. So, you know, a part of the land that people rarely use in the Enchanted. The Enchanted has a lot of land around it, but not much that you can do with it because a lot of it is covered in ice like this. You know, it's bumpy. You could build probably a floor over most of it and then just turn it into something. Or you could do what she did and go in another direction and then cold go with hot. It works. Yeah. I mean, I wish more people, I don't know. This house was a disappointment to me, mainly because it was crown. I think if it wasn't crown, we could have seen some things, really interesting things with people doing it. But yeah, if you're looking for ideas for how to be unique and really learn something, definitely the Swankery's Snow Globe as you want to go to. All right. We're continuing on with second floors. This is, and I didn't show you one of these yet. This is Tactical AFK's Ample Domicile. I don't think I showed you an ample yet. And I want to give you ideas for different ones so that you can, if should you want to do this for any of your homes, you can pick out one that you like and sort of either riff on it or do it yourself. I'm just babbling at you guys. I haven't done much of the holiday stuff. I need to do it, but like I've been so busy with real life, and then I wanted to stream today. So I might call it soon and then do a second half of second floors, and that way I can get some holiday stuff done because I haven't done any. So this might be the last one. Here we go. Let me see something. No, I did find you. Okay, here we go. So this is Technical AFK. They did a second floor on Ample. Now this is really cute. I like this waterfall. Always like the waterfalls, and I like the nice colors. Is this? No FX. Okay. That's just done with probably the plants giving it that color. Mine is a glow house. All of those glowy plants I have buried in mine. What's frustrating about this property is this ground here they put something over it, but almost all of this ground looks like tiling almost anyway. So it's hard to go completely natural, and it's hard to go completely built over. So they did a decent job leaving in the pond too, which is always a really good. Okay, I love the hist. Like I tell people every time I see it, it's so cute. It's just like fat and adorable, and I wish more people used it. And that's just, these things are stupid expensive, and I saw somebody use the seeds, like these seeds, as ornaments on a giant tree, and each one costs like a ton of money, and I can't imagine doing an entire tree with them. It's crazy. In fact, I'm going to show it to y'all because that's how I roll. I know exactly where it is too. It's in my winter pictures. Hold on. Hold on. I did a holiday picture section. Yeah, they're beautiful. I love them, but they're also crazy in the sense that they're so expensive. I forget how much they are, but they're a lot of money. Did I remove my pictures of it? Why would I have done that? Those are just the seeds. The Argonian history seeds, I guess. You have to finish the quest in not Merkmire, in one of the Argonian areas. I would say probably Grotwood. Not Grotwood's not. You know what I mean. I'm like dead brain today. So here's the second floor of the Ample that I was talking about, and it's fairly simple to build in. And then I want to show you. I think that house is. I know that house is still open. So what we'll do is. I know whose house that is. Here we go. Dr. Z's Ebonheart. Shadowfen. Thank you, Game Dev. This will be the last thing I show you then. This house is amazing. It's a Christmas house. And when I first saw it, there were tons of people all over it. It was like a real touristy spot at the time. And it's beautiful. And so people were dressed up in like Christmas clothes and RPing around in it because it was that impressive. This was done before we had any of the real Christmas type decorations, so everything's handmade. This is Dr. Z's house, their Christmas house, and they built this. And what amazes me about this on many levels, aside from the fact that it's got a gorgeous angel at the top that I'm still not entirely sure how they did. Look at the seeds. Each of those seeds costs so much money, and they have multiple seeds just hanging there as like ornaments. Um, this house is basically the best new life house I've ever seen. Um, and it's really good. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think I could do anything like it. But there's a lot more to see in it, but I'll show you the highlights real quick, and that'll be that. Inside, if I remember correctly, there is another tree, and it is the sweet roll tree. Now, this I might steal one day, because this is a good idea. So they just made basically a sweet roll stuck on, you know, a topiary, and it looks good. The lighting is, I think, what does it. I think it has interior lighting. And then they built up the table to make it look very colorful. I like what they did here. Yeah, this house is pretty spectacular. And, you know, because they use all their slots, they had to close off the most of the house, which is fine. It looks like it's supposed to be. You know, you see what you're supposed to see and you don't see the other. Needs a cheese at the top? Could work. I still don't know how they did that angel. I keep saying that, but it's true. Guys, you recognize what this is? Americans probably would. I thought this was clever. What this is the Coca-Cola polar bears commercials around Christmas time. They did basically a riff on that. Yep, the Coca-Cola bear. You're absolutely right. So I laughed out loud when I saw this because it's so cute and it's so obvious that's what they were going for. Now they also have a little walkway up top so you can see the tree from a higher level, and here you go. This was all made with, these are really cheap. You can buy these poles. They're easy to make, rather, for almost nothing. And then here you go. You've got Santa. See Santa? Ah! I fell down. But there's Santa. I really don't know what Santa's in. It looks like a bed. You know what it looks like? It looks like one of those somnolence stations. I think it is. Dead deer do so much around Christmas time, don't they? If you want a Santa, you need dead deer. Sick. Here we go. So here, I wanted to give you, oh, you can go up another level. Let me do that. So this is the best view, as I understand it, of the tree. So there you go. If you want to see it in person, and I would recommend, if you want to do a build like this that you see it in person, it's Dr_Z, and it's their Daggerfall, not Daggerfall, Ebonheart. So there you go. And that's really, you know, I saw people just RPing all over it when it first came out. So yeah, really well done. And if I ever meet Dr. Z somewhere, I'm going to ask them how they did those wings, because I sure as heck don't know. But anyway, so what we're going to do, if I can figure out how, very rare for me to know how to do things. Trying to figure all this stuff out is hard. None of my people are currently streaming, so you're all not going to be rated into anybody, sadly. We're just gonna end it. So I thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys checking in with me, and I love you all. You're my good friends, and I'm gonna send some of you prezzies, so keep an eye out. And you won't see me tomorrow, but you'll see me the day after. So